だ未来を切り裂くように照らす光無数の可能性を求めキャラを
Hey guys, Storm Rider, and I'm doing a deck profile featuring Ren's new Dark Avatar, Blaster Dark Diablo. So for the starter we are using is Fullball Brave. His skill is Generation Break 1. Blast 1, move this unit to a soul. Search your deck for Blaster unit and put it into your hand. Yes, you can search for any Blaster unit. It's not restricted to grade 3, but the whole deck only has one Blaster, which is our prime grade 3 Blaster Dark Diablo. His Generation Break 2 skill is when you are paying the cost to strike a Phantom Blaster Diablo, which is this unit, the card you discard will gain 3 grades. So you could just throw away a grade 0 and it gains plus 3 grades, making you can throw any card to strike Phantom Blaster Diablo. And his second skill is when this unit strike the Phantom Blaster Diablo, you may choose one of your opponent unit and retires it. So it's not the best main boss you could have, but he is pretty cheap, you know. And the other grade 3 we're running is for Demon World Castle, I forgot his name. Generation Break 1. When this unit attacks, you may choose one of the rear guards and retire it. If you do, this unit gains plus 5001 critical. So he could be your last finisher when you run out of strides to use. And his second skill is Blast 1, Soul Blast 1. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for grade 1 or lesser. Search for grade 1 only and call it to rearguard circle. So if you can't get out Diablo to ride, you still can use him to ride him first. Use Fullball skill and search for Phantom Blaster Diablo, Blaster Dark Diablo, so you can ride on him next turn and strike Phantom Blaster Diablo. For the grade 2, I'm using 4 Maka. This is the new upgrade version of Maka. Her skill is Generation Break 1. When this unit attacks, if this unit is boosted, you may pay the cost, which is Blast 1. If you do, search your deck for grade 1 and call it to rearguard circle. So it's pretty staple. I rarely use her skill since there's this World Castle here that help me call my units. She's just there to act as a backup plan. Next, we are using 4 Dorin. This is not the Revenger Dorin. He gains a new upgrade, turning him into a grade 2. And his skill is pretty sweet, which is Generation Break 1. During your turn, if you have a Blaster Vanguard, this unit gains 2000 power, making it an 11k attacker. And when this unit attack, if it's boosted by Claudius, which is this unit here, you can unflip 1 damage. So yeah, it is pretty sweet and a very constant unflipper. For last grade 2 we are using is 3 Nemean. Yes, the 3k base Nemean. Her skill is when this unit is placed on rearguard circle, you may Blast 1. If you do, discard 1 card and draw 2 cards. So she's there to pump up your hand size, and you can use her to intercept straight away next turn or kill it with any retiring units. For the grade 1, we are using 4 grade 1 version of Nemean. Yes, she downgraded herself into a grade 1. But she is a perfect guard now, so it is pretty good. Her skill is, and this it's a nullify lah, but she has a secondary effect, which is if you have a copy of her in the drop zone when you nullify an attack, you must draw 1 and choose 1 card from hand and discard it. So it could help you filter your hand, but most of the time this effect is actually pretty bad, you know. But anyway, she's good for perfect guard lah. For next grade 1 we are using is, for 3 Karen, not the 8k vanilla Karen. His or her, whatever. His skill is, when this unit is placed on rear guard, you may reveal a grade 3. If you do, search your deck for Blaster Duck Diablo, which is this, and put it into your hand, discard 1 card. So he is also a searcher for Blaster Duck Diablo, which is pretty good. His second skill is, during your turn, if you have a Blaster Vanguard, when you retire this unit, consider this as 2 units. So you could just have 1 unit here and another unit here. You have Blaster Vanguard and attack. If you want to retire 3 units, you can just choose these 2 units, because his skill gives him a 3rd unit. Yeah, so it's pretty good. I don't run 4 of her, since mostly I'll be retiring 3 units for 2 turns only. So yeah, with Maka, I could get this unit out anytime I want. So it's actually pretty good, the synergy between this deck. Next grade 1 you're using is 3 Claudas, which is the combo play between Dorian and Claudas. His skill is Generation Break 1. When you have a Blaster Vanguard, this unit gains 2000 power and a skill, which is when this unit boosts Dorian gets another 2000 power. So if you have this column here, when this unit attacks, 16k already, his skill gives him 2000 power, his skill gives him another 2000 power, his second skill gives this unit another 2000 power, becoming a 22k lane attacker. And then with his skill you can unflip 1 damage. So this is a very constant power lane attacker, so it's actually pretty good. I didn't run 4 of him since I need space for other grade 1s. Yeah, there's too many good grade 1s to use in this deck. And next grade 1 we're using is 2 Swordbreaker, which is, her skill is, when this unit is placed on rear guard from your deck, you may Soul Blast 1 if you do draw 1 card. So actually she is pretty good. Yeah, but just that she's a 6k base, and when you get it into your hand, she's pretty much useless. So yeah, but her free draw skill is actually pretty good, and you can sack her away when you attack. And last grade 2 we are using is, what's her name? Brandwen, which is technically a strike forwarder. Her first skill searches for Claret, but I don't use Claret in the deck. I mainly use her second skill, which is when you pay a cost to strike, you can discard this card and gains 2 grades. For trigger lineup, we play a pretty offensive build, which is 4 crits, another 4 crits, and 4 draws. The Margao clone of Shadow Paladin, move into soul, choose one of unit plus 3000, and 4 heals. Okay, now let's go to the G zone units. I run 1 Grim Recruiter, which is the promo that came in the legend deck. His skill is, when this unit attack hits, if this unit attack hits, you can search your deck for grade 1 and call it to rear guard. So yeah, you could set up your field for next turn, since this is the boss card of the deck. Dark Dragon Phantom Blaster Diablo is the main unit of the deck, which is, his skill is Call Blast 1, flip up this unit, G Persona Blast. If you have 2 or more face up G units in the G zone, this unit gains 10,001 critical and a new skill. When this unit attacks, you may retire 3 of your units. If you do, your opponent must retire 2 units. Yes, if your opponent doesn't retire 2 units, they cannot guard at all. So this is actually pretty pressurizing, since Diablo skill, when you use this unit to strike on top of him, you get a free retire. So yeah, you could wear down your opponent's field and gaining yourself even more power. So this is where Heron came in handy since this is a blaster vanguard too, you know. He has blaster in his name, so you could just retire this and this becomes 2 units. Last G unit we are playing is 2 I'm Shine, which is the unit from Fighter Collection. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, you may retire one of your units. If you do, this unit gains 7,000 power and a skill. When this unit attack hits, you retire one of your opponents. So this is actually pretty pressurizing, but mainly I use him as a first strike since I want to get out my sword breakers as soon as possible. I don't want to draw into her. That's why. So that's the deck profile, guys. Hope you guys enjoy. Blaster Duck Diablo deck, and I'll see you again. Bye.